and monsters.
What's up guys, this is Shambles11. Welcome to Grim Legends 3 The Dark City, the latest offering from Artifex Mundi, and a big thank you to Lucas Slipco, my old buddy, for allowing me to bring you this game. Okay, so you guys must know by now that Artifex Mundi are the experts at puzzle solving hidden object games, and that's what we have here. Indeed, this is part of the Grim Legends collection, but you don't need to have played the other two necessarily to fully appreciate this title. But I have to say, I have noticed a few little Easter eggs scattered around that are nods to previous Artifex Mundi titles from this trilogy and indeed from their other games. Now, Artifex Mundi have released an awful lot of these titles on Xbox One, and I have to say this is a cut above the rest. The animations are vastly improved, cutscenes are much better, storytelling is very good, the voice acting is a vast improvement over some of the previous offerings, and really the storyline in general is very good. And I have to say, some of the art in this game is really quite fantastic. The game itself isn't the world's longest. I completed this, got all 1000G in a pretty long evening, probably 7 hours worth, and I smashed this door repeatedly just to annoy everybody. That does include the incredibly short but quite beautiful DLC that you get that carries on from the end of the story and really does just finish off the trilogy nicely, and indeed a second playthrough to mop up a few achievements that I'd missed, because guys, pay a little bit of attention to the achievements. For once, you won't get them just for playing the game through. Yes, there are a selection of achievements available just for playing the game, and indeed the usual find the hidden collectibles, of which there's only one, but a little bit different. This one will appear and disappear, which is a little bit sneaky. But there are some achievements that are quite specific to the game and are indeed missable. Now, not the world's worst thing if, like me, you play through on casual first, which I do recommend before jumping in on expert. You will get a second chance to do them, and I made amends for all the ones I missed. Speaking of achievements, my only negative, I did have 2 achievements that didn't pop, but turning on my Xbox 24 hours later, I loaded up the game and both the achievements did indeed pop. So really, if that was my only negatives, I don't really have any for this game. I think it's a really nice balance that Artifex Mundi have struck with this title. There are a good mixture of puzzles. The puzzles are nice and varied. I have previously criticised some of the games for having puzzles from other titles that Artifex Mundi have done and kind of just reskin them, but these do feel different. There are some puzzles here I haven't seen before, not on an Artifex Mundi title, that's for sure. A couple of them did stump me, did have me thinking, which is good, that's what a puzzle game should do, but really don't let that put you off. If you are completely stuck, this title is a couple of years old on Steam, so there are full guides quite easily available to find online. Plus, of course, there are the usual options of skipping various games and indeed using hints to help keep the flow going. You shouldn't be stumped for too long. There is, of course, the usual kind of going backwards and forwards between the screens, but not too bad. You can't travel all the way back. So, indeed, some of the collectibles are missable. But, again, the game is fairly short and fairly simple enough to go back and grab any you might have missed. And, indeed, if you want to play a second or a third playthrough, then you can always use a guide to help mop up those last sneaky little critters that are hiding from you. I also have to say I find the pacing very good between story and puzzles. There's plenty to do in between, so it doesn't feel like you're constantly watching cutscenes. It also doesn't feel that you're just endlessly solving puzzles without much idea of what to do. And it's quite nice, quite often on these titles, bit of a spoiler for other games, but quite often you think you're working for the good guy and it turns out they're the bad guy, and actually they've mixed the plot up a little bit this year. With this title, and it's again a welcome change and makes it all worthwhile playing. I have to say, guys, overall this has been easily my favourite Artifex Mundi game I've played. I thoroughly recommend it, and if you like your puzzle games, if you like using your old brain a little bit, this is absolutely right up there without being too taxing. It shouldn't get you too angry, shouldn't get you too stuck, and the game looks really gorgeous. Guys, I hope this video has helped. If it has, feel free to give me a little thumbs up, maybe leave me a comment. Thank you ever so much for watching. Till next time.
What are you doing here?